Well, I think overwhelmingly participants really understood and valued the role that NGOs have played all over the world in making change and making the world a better place for people. But there are important questions around credibility, legitimacy and accountability, which is a conversation that's really quite new and that needs to carry on. So it's really great that the forum has raised this issue and has sort of opened up a space to have this conversation. Well, I think from my perspective as somebody who's worked in women's rights for a long time is that fundamentally women are change agents in their own communities. So we really need to empower women at various levels, at a grassroots level, at national level, to participate in political processes, in business, in education, and at an international level, because I think that critically that's a missing voice often. And if you look at the work that happens in countries, particularly when you go right down to communities, it is women that are leading those processes. Well, I think traditionally it is men very often who've been able to access education, who have the better paid jobs, and who have, importantly, the time to participate in politics and in their communities, because women are often at home looking after children and doing the household chores. So we need to change that. I mean, there's been a lot of progress made in getting girls to go to school. There's been a lot of progress made in getting women into parliament and political processes, but it's not enough. I mean, we know that there are disparities between men and women in education. It was interesting to me that 2 days ago, the International Herald Tribune ran an article about France. And now France is a country that has been in the forefront of promoting women's equality. And that this article still said that even though women have access to excellent childcare, the state is providing a whole lot of services to women, there's still big problems. We still don't have enough women in business. You have not enough women in parliament. There are not enough women who are in senior positions. So, you know, this is a struggle all over the world. In some places it's moving really fast. I mean, you have places, for example, like Rwanda, where you have over 50% of women in parliament, so that's a really significant change. In other places like Afghanistan, girls are still not getting to school. So it's a mixed bag. But I think, you know, the Millennium Development Goals have stimulated an international conversation. So change is happening. Well, it brings together a whole range of different players. So it brings together people working in civil society, it brings together the key business leaders, and it creates an opportunity for those groups to talk to each other. I mean, when you are able to bring together women who are running major corporations, there are obviously lessons there that we can draw from them about how they got there. And equally, those women can give back to their communities. So I think it's really an important space to learn and to engage with each other. Well, for me, clearly what people are looking for at a corporate level is they're looking for interesting projects to fund that will change lives, and they're also looking at how they can use their skills to be helpful in that process. And I think the key issue currently is violence against women. Violence is a barrier for women. You know, violence against women stops women from going to school. It stops women from working. It prevents them from getting health care, and it just is fundamentally a problem. So I think that we're looking for projects that will both respond to violence, and we're looking at innovative ways that will prevent violence in the long term.